Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the Toltec culture and different aspects such as basic information, art, architecture, and the economic system they used to implement.
Basic information. The Toltec Empire was a pre-Columbian culture that dominated central Mexico. Its capital city was Tula, which is now Hidalgo, from about 900 to 1150 AD. The Toltecs were a warrior culture characterized for their military and warrior skills, and their language was Nahuatl. Toltecs worshipped a series of gods who demanded sacrifices, including human sacrifices. Their gods included Quetzalcoatl, Nezcatlipoca, and Tlaloc. Toltec artisans were skilled builders, potters, and stonemasons, and they left behind an impressive artistic legacy. What ended the Toltec civilization's regional dominance is not known. What is more certain is that the mid-12th century Tula shows signs of violent destruction. Different architectural buildings and statues were burned and purposely buried, and the site was systematically looted by the Aztecs. This information was gathered by Britannica 2020.
Art. The Toltecs left a great cultural legacy, especially in the field of art. The Toltec culture was characterized by its artworks made of natural resources. They used materials like stone, clay, and applied stucco carving, polish, and graffito techniques, covering all with bright colors that they obtained from plants and insects. Today, many of the works made by its culture still prevail, mainly sculptures made of stone. One of the most iconic pieces of the Toltec art are these huge Atlantean figures located in Tula, which represent warriors dressed in a traditional clothes. Among these warriors is the dart thrower Atlal. Ceramics is another of their artistic expressions. They use forms and decorative figures related to their religion that give us more information of the way of thinking and feeling of that people. The Toltecs also made decoration and murals in which represented God, warriors, and animals. The Toltecs were a warrior culture with dark and ruthless gods who demanded conquest and sacrifice, and of course, part of their art was offered as a gift to their gods. It is no coincidence that Toltec art it is not recognized compared with the Aztec or Mayan art. Through the centuries, the art of this pre-Columbian culture has disappeared due to the destruction and robberies by the Spanish people. Architecture. Sculpture and relief is frequently related to the Toltec architecture. Within the Toltec architectural expression, we can find pyramids and palaces with impressive relief sculptures and statues representative of the culture which serve to support the roofs of the buildings. The materials used to build the temples, palaces, and pyramids were stone and stucco, a mixture of lime and sand. Many of the buildings included animal decoration associated with power, such as snakes, hares, and eagles. They also include warriors who carry weapons or shields. One of the most striking buildings is the Burnett Palace. This structure is one of the largest pyramids of Toltec architecture and was built in honor of the sun in which human sacrifices were made.
Economy. The Toltec economy depended upon agriculture and trade. Their main crops were maize, beans, and chili peppers. Toltec artisans used obsidian, which is volcanic glass similar to granite, to create weapons, which they exported to nearby civilizations. Other exports included textiles and ceramics. Their main imports were beans, cacao, and mushrooms. The Toltecs were mighty warriors who spread the cult of their greatest god, Quetzalcoatl, to the far corners of Mesoamerica. Evidence at Tula suggests that the Toltecs had a trade network and received goods from as far away as the Pacific coast and Central America, either through trade or tribute.
These are our information resources, and thank you so much for your attention.